Reject modernity. Embrace tradition. Dress like this. This is the most powerful and masculine way a person could possibly dress for most of European civilization. But it's not what I'm wearing today to do this speech, is it? I wonder why that is. Well, today I'm going to tell you what happened with that. And that there's one individual who's responsible for the shift from this style of dress to this. And that man's name is George Brummell, also known as Beau Brummell, which is the name I'm going to use today when I do the speech.
George Washington.
First, I'm going to talk about what stylish men's clothing looked like before Beau Brummell came along. And it is around the time of George Washington, that's right. Second, I'm going to talk about Beau himself and some of the social and historical forces that influenced his style of dress. Finally, I'm going to talk about the impact that Beau had on how we dress today, which is more than 200 years after he lived. Just like in this picture, about 250 years ago, men who wanted to look good and be taken seriously wore bright colors, high-heeled shoes, makeup, ruffles, lace. This guy has a huge bouquet in his buttonhole of his jacket. He's wearing pink and green with like white stockings that you can see. Make his legs look very nice. But all that changed in the end of the 1700s, starting with one invention called the guillotine. By the end of the century, dressing like an aristocrat like this, it could cost you your head. Ideas about liberty, equality, and brotherhood were spreading across Europe and America. It was into this new world that George Brummell, also known as Beau, was born. In 1796, Beau was an 18-year-old soldier in an elite cavalry unit called the Hussars. The Hussars wore a dark blue jacket and long pants as their military uniform. It looked a lot like this. And after leaving the Hussars, Beau kept wearing that simple dark blue jacket, long pants, white shirt, vest, and tie that he had worn as a soldier, despite the fact that nobody else in high society in England at the time wore anything like this. They were all still dressing like the previous slide. But one really important factor about this is that Beau's best friend was the future King of England, which made Beau a celebrity that important people wanted to emulate because they wanted to get close to the future king. The future king also thought that Beau looked extremely stylish and amazing in his super revolutionary dressed down look that you see in this picture. In an episode of the podcast Articles of Interest, released June 25th, 2020, Beau's biographer Ian Kelly described him as the first influencer. And just like today's social media influencers, people were dying to know how he put an outfit together. People would even go to his house in the morning to watch him get dressed, which was possibly the original like get ready with me video, just like you'd see on TikTok today. Beau Brummell was a true fashion revolutionary in a time when revolution was in the air and people were very curious about him. Well, all of this sounds great if you like Jane Austen novels and old-timey weird stuff, but what does that have to do with the modern world? The subdued colors and plain styles that Beau brought to British high society, which you can see here, all had a huge impact on men's clothing for the next more than 200 years now. According to an article in the New York Times Magazine from March 12, 2006, Beau's classic outfit was the blueprint for the modern business suit, something kind of like what I'm wearing today. As time passed, wearing a simple dark jacket, long trousers, shirt and tie, and practical flat shoes went from being trendy, like Beau's era, to being considered just the most basic and traditional way to present yourself. In the 19th and 20th centuries, this is what men mostly wore to do business and to be taken seriously in the capitalist world. And even now, when people don't really wear suits all that much anymore, a suit is still an important way to project masculinity, professionalism, tradition. It's what we wear to weddings, important times in our lives, big business meetings, job interviews. So it's still a really important, way of signifying power and trustworthiness in the world. So today we've talked about how up till about 200 years ago, powerful men used to dress in flashy and flamboyant clothes. But then when social and political revolutions in the West made that less popular, the fashion icon Beau Brummell inspired a more down-to-earth aesthetic. Finally, this pared-down look became the main professional wardrobe for men in Europe and beyond, all the way down to what I chose to wear to give a speech on a Saturday morning in my living room. Thank you.
Papa, can I see it?